r/ask Reddit. What makes absolutely 0% sense to you? Eggman always outruns Sonic, even though Sonic is supposed to be the fastest thing alive. Doesn't Eggman use robot things? In the video games it usually happens after the robot's things have been destroyed and he is on his feet. Reddit search function. Here are 20 mildly relevant results from 5 years ago, while completely ignoring what you are actually looking for. That my spouse cannot close anything completely. Everything is halfway screwed on or has the top just sitting on it. So many things spilled and broken. So happy I am not alone with this. Why can't they simply shut a door? My so is the same way. Never puts the lids on. Or puts them on halfway. Drives me crazy. Is your house always cluttered too? Though both food and drug, alcoholic beverages are not regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. That's interesting. Are they regulated? Like does ATF do that kind of stuff? Yeah, exactly. But that's why there are no nutrition labels on alcoholic drinks. The concept of forever. It makes my head hurt to even think too hard about it. It's like a continuous now. You just wrinkled my brain, man. How far humans have come. The fact that I'm holding a supercomputer in my hand right now and the second I post this it can be seen across the world. All from the comfort of your own home. Toilet. Not using your blinker. Seriously, it's one movement of one finger. A device that literally tells every person on the road what's going to happen a few seconds in the future. And people ignore it so we all just keep guessing. Why people still, to this day, take up smoking. I can't answer for others but my story of addiction goes like this. Turning 18 meant being able to legally drink in the UK and open up a new world to me. I was meeting more and more people and everyone knows the best place to socialize is the smoke shelter. As time progressed I would be offered cigarettes and I would smoke purely to be social. I started to buy my own on my way to the pub and oftentimes would finish a pack in a night with the aid of friends. One day I still had a single cigarette left and the next morning got into a heated argument with my then girlfriend. Not for smoking. Can't remember the nature of the argument. To escape the argument I found myself sat in her garden and felt for my phone only to find the packet and singular cigarette. The rest they say is history and I've tried numerous times to quit. Last attempt was 3 months until I hit a hard point in my life and I needed the chance to escape. Edit. I'd like to add I intend to replace this addiction with another, healthier addiction. I'm pleased to announce that I will be joining the gym with the desired effect of becoming healthier and at the same time reducing my intake. 2 birds, 1 stone. I'd like to thank the people who have offered support and advice. It is much appreciated. As for the others out there who smoke and hope to quit, are quitting or have quit, there is a lot of valuable advice to be found here. I still have no idea how phones and computers work. I've had it explained so many times but I'm totally fine just being in awe of how cool it all is. All technology is powered by smoke. Once the smoke is released, it ceases to function. Here, can confirm. I have to specify what kind of smoke the production guys put into our electronics. My stepdad was hit by a drunk driver and blew both his knees apart. He eventually filed a lawsuit and won $500,000. But his health insurance company, which he had been paying a premium towards every month for 20 years, demanded he pay them back the money that they had spent on his medical bills. After doing that and giving the lawyer his percentage of the winnings, we were left with $25,000. That is exactly how it works. All insurance that covers harm has a clause that they get reimbursed if you sue for that harm. That's why you sue for damages plus emotional distress, lost work, etc. Folding fitted sheets. Flat earthers. Met one in real life the other day and couldn't decide if they were trolling or not and had to end the conversation and walk away. Had an old friend from high school who dedicated his entire Facebook page to proving the earth is flat. Everyone teased him and laughed at him. He finally left Facebook in a huff, claiming oppression. Why the traffic lights downtown are not synchronized so that drivers don't have to stop at every block for yet another red light. It causes endless gridlock at rush hours and needlessly wastes gas with all the stop and go traffic patterns throughout the city. I was actually thinking about this a lot when I was working downtown in my city recently. They definitely try to figure out the most efficient way to manipulate traffic with the light systems, but it always feels like stop and go traffic with no thought put into it. The only conclusion I could come to is that it might have something to do with the expected frequency of traffic on different roads. Still doesn't make sense to me. The issue is that traffic is a flow problem that's impossible to fully solve even without drivers being stupid, which they often are. A buddy of mine who's a civil engineer said that absolute best you can get is good flow in one direction. And even that is pretty hard to achieve without totally screwing over everyone else. Scientology. You should try some of their brainwashing, that'll change your mind. Time. I will never be able to wrap my head around time. It must have started at some point. But, what was there before time? And was there anything before that? And before that? One day there was nothing. The next day we have a massive universe. I can't comprehend it no matter how hard I try. People wanting flying cars, with as many bad drivers as there are on the ground. Why would you want that in the sky? Most people think that having a flying car would be amazing because they picture being the only car in the sky. SpongeBob made a Krabby Patty in the first episode but was never given the formula. He just knew? It is implied that he knows. There is that one episode where he recites it for plankton but grabbles the names of the ingredients. I don't understand why dental care is not considered actual healthcare and it treated like a sidecar benefit. I tried to go through the Taco Bell drive-thru on a Friday night, and they had closed at 10 p.m. What business do you think you are in? There are Taco Bells that close at 10 p.m. What madness is this? Cutoff. Wheelbarrow. Statute of limitations. Why they thought removing the headphone jack for a bigger battery was a good idea. Why not make the phone thicker? How some sodas drinks have so much sugar in them. Like what would it taste like without the sugar? Does I actually need that much flavoring to mask it, or do we need that much to taste something? The carbonation makes the sugar taste less sweet. Try shaking an almost empty bottle of Coke and drink it. The colder it is, the less sugar it tastes as well. So warm flat Coke tastes like diluted syrup. How easily people can convince themselves they know more about a topic than an expert who has devoted their life to a topic after a 10-minute Google search. My vet has a coffee mug that says, "Please don't confuse your Google search with my veterinary degree." That people still haven't learned to recycle and continue to litter everywhere they go. I mean, is it that hard? Being a sports fanatic, to the point that if your team loses, it can ruin your week. Consciousness, not in comparison to being unconscious, but out of the trillions of animals on Earth. How did I end up in this body? I could have been born a slave in some ancient culture. I could have been a cat, bird, or some insect that lived for 4 days. Why me? Why now? My egg could have split in the womb and I could have been a twin. What happened to his consciousness? I have 3 kids. My wife lost her pregnancy between kid number 2 and number 3. I don't know if it was a girl or a boy. We could have had a kid number 4, number 5, and so on. But we chose to stop. What about them? What would they have been like? How many great, or mediocre, people were never born? It seems that the set of possible conscious beings would be huge and the vast majority of them never have a being to walk around in. How the hell did I, or we, end up so damn lucky? Why a straight length of a city street will arbitrarily change names. That is, you come to an intersection. To your left is Walnut Saint and to your right is Second Saint, and they're both the same stretch of road. Skateboard ollies. Imagine hammering down with your fist on the tip of a spoon. The spoon goes flipping through the air. Now imagine that immediately after hammering down, another force stops the rotating motion by flicking forward on the other edge of the spoon, the handle. The spoon would still fly into the air, but then level out. That's what an ollie is. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.